From Appleton, Wisconsin, this is APTV.
Welcome to APTV episode 495 for Thursday, June 15th, 2023.
This week we have Banter, news, updates, a whole new line of inks, a spotlight on Faber-Castell Ambition, a contest winner, a new contest, and a Penlux Peacock that will be here next week.
Hey, Lisa.
I'm ready.
Did I ever tell you?
Probably.
Before we get together, I had another business. Before pens, I had an origami business. Yeah, it folded. Didn't do so well.
Yeah, neither did the joke. This is our last podcast in the old space.
Are you sure?
Pretty sure, yes. So, the location bumper this week is the Building for Kids Children's Museum. This is a nonprofit, play-based children's museum with diverse hands-on exhibits for kids age 7 and under. Their mission is to inspire discovery and to build resilience through intergenerational play-based learning and exploration of the arts, sciences, and humanities. It's actually pretty cool what you can see from the outside.
Yeah. So.
All right.
Cool. Today, Thursday, June 15th, is National Nature Photography Day. June 15th is designated by the North American Nature Photography Association to promote the enjoyment of nature photography and to explain how images are used to advance the cause of conservation and protect plants, wildlife, and landscapes, both locally and globally.
That covers pretty much anything.
Yes.
Yes. Sunday, June 18th is Father's Day, so happy Father's Day to Brian, to Eric, to Dave, and to all the parents, step-parents, moms who act as dads, and pretty much everybody.
And fur daddies.
Yes, and fur parents, absolutely. And
why not?
There's one on here. There's a very special holiday that's not on our list.
What is that?
The one that just passed. Happy birthday to our daughter, Lindsay, who turned 28.
Yes, and also on the same day.
Oh, Eric's 7-year anniversary.
So.
We were all amazed that it's been 7 years with Eric being here with us.
That is a long time.
It is a long time.
We've got some news.
We do. Pen Party reminder and recap. So we are leaving in the next couple days from our old spot here on College Ave, and we will be moving to our new location on Wisconsin Ave.
So that's what we're closing on Saturday.
Closing on Saturday at 2 o'clock. So at 2:01, Brian and I are going to get lunch.
Yeah. So if you need something that you can't live without for the next couple weeks.
2 weeks, yeah.
You got till 2 o'clock on Saturday.
2 o'clock on Saturday. And then we will be officially closing the doors and packing everything, moving everything. We've already started to pack. We've already started to move. But everything will be emptied from this location Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. We will take a few days to get everything set up in the new store. And we do have a slightly modified timeline. We are hoping to reopen on May 28th.
May 28th.
June. Oh, God, here we go again. June 28th.
I'm hoping we open on May 28th. That means we're already done.
Yeah. So we're hoping to close June 17th and reopen on June 28th, which is about a week earlier than we were hoping. Yeah. I think we can manage to swing that. In between that, you will be in St. Louis.
St. Louis Pen Show is coming up. Yep. Is that next weekend already?
Yes,
next weekend.
That is next weekend. You better work on your presentation.
Holy cow.
And since I am not going to go so that I can get the new store set up, Brian is driving his Corvette. So we're both excited about that.
Trip. Yeah. We should note that the...
so the Pen Party...
regarding the store closing...
Yes.
While the store is closing, online orders will continue to ship daily throughout the move of the physical store.
Yes. Certain things that you place online orders, certain things may be still in a box. We will go dig them out. But the plan is to get all the fixtures moved over the weekend so that we can just load everything up and be able to ship with maybe only a day's delay. So the other thing is the pen party that we are going to have with several vendors and Mike and Linda Kennedy of Independence. That is July 21, 22, 23.
Good job.
Is that right?
Good job. Nailed it.
Okay.
It's a Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And we should say that because we're never, ever, and after that, we'll never, ever be open on Sundays again. So,
correct. And we are staying late on
Friday and Saturday. Yes,
Saturday.
Extended hours.
Yes.
Extended hours, yep.
Tons of really awesome giveaways, door prizes from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. on the hour. Friday and Saturday. We may do some on Sunday. We may have some extra.
We could just do them on a half hour. We got enough, almost.
That's a whole lot of work.
11, 11:30.
Nah, that's too much to remember. On the hour.
Okay.
Saturday we might have 2, though. We'll see. There will be a couple gift with purchases, a whole bunch of other stuff. We're still getting the list together. We should put that up on the website this week.
I know people.
Do you?
Yeah.
Okay, well, get on it. And now we're excited. It's going to be a lot of fun. Well, so who's going to be there?
In addition to Mike and Linda, and if you don't know who Mike and Linda are, Linda does nib grinds, nib tunings. She can turn your medium nib into a cursive italic or whatever.
She's really good. I actually, for the first time in my life, when they were in Chicago, had 2 nibs custom ground.
Yep. So she does all that stuff. So if you've got nibs that need attention, it is highly recommended that you come because her normal turnaround time, and then this is the same with pretty much everybody.
Yes.
It's 16 weeks. That's 4 months.
Right. So you get to jump to the front of the line, sit down with her.
Right.
In probably 95% of the cases. If you've got something that's twisted like a pretzel, she's going to have to take that back. But for a basic grind or just a quick tune, she's going to do that right there with you in front of her.
Yeah, so if that's something you're interested in, I do also recommend you come as early as you possibly can on the day, Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. They'll be there all 3 days.
Yes.
And get signed up on the list because there will be a sign-up sheet, and they'll go through the list. There are a maximum of, I believe it's 2 pens per sitting, unless there's nobody behind you.
Right.
So we do say, bring whatever you need. And if there's somebody behind you, well, then
you get 2.
You get 2, but then you can sign up again. So,
or you can just choose to have Linda take them back home with her.
Yep. So we got Mike and Linda. We're also going to have Sailor there, a Pilot there, Lamy will be there, Coles of London. That's
Visconti and
ST DuPont, and then of course Kerry Yeager, Mr. Fountain Pen Day himself from Kenro. With Esterbrook, and he'll have who knows what
Montegrappa, Auto Hut, Y Studio, Aurora, all sorts of stuff.
The whole works. Yeah. Esterbrook already said that. So
that'll be great.
Those are the folks that are coming.
What do you call a line of men waiting to get haircuts? A barbecue.
Anderillium Inks just landed, and so they are inspired by nature. Handmade in Tampa, Florida, and come packaged in it's about 44 ml glass bottle with quite a nice wide mouth on the bottle for easy filling of your fountain pen. Very cool. So they come boxed like this. Do we have one?
I don't have one open here, but the label's on the top.
Yes, which is nice.
There are 2 series, and I guess there's no difference in the series other than one is the cephalopod and one is the avian, so there's no property differences in the inks, but there's a whole range of them, and we've got this one. I want this one. 8
colors in each series. We did swatches that we just put into our book, so I'm just going to do it this way. Some really pretty ones. I'm not going to take them all out. That's just too much work.
I like this. This is the one I want. The how do you pronounce it? Spirula.
It's like
Spirula green. Yeah. It's a nice,
really
vibrant
pretty
green.
colors.
I like that one.
Those were fun. I really like, I wish we had an open one, but we don't. I really, really like the wide mouth on the bottle. I am a big fan of anything that makes a pen easy to fill.
So
There you
awesome. So there are how many? There's 16?
16.
16
Eight
different ones.
colors in each of the 2 series.
And they're also available in 3 milliliter samples.
Yes.
So
So we are super excited.
Good to go
about that.
try them out. They're affordable, $15, just
Yes.
under $15 a bottle.
And they rinse out easily.
So great.
Cool.
And last minute addition to our just in, literally just came in.
Yes. We have carried envelopes from Execlair that matched the Clairefontaine Triomphe pads, but they were not actually Triomphe envelopes. Well, what we used to carry has been discontinued. And so now we have the actual matching Triomphe envelopes.
I can't really tell much of a difference. Can you? I mean, they look kind of the same. They still have the
Similar,
adhesive seal.
still an adhesive seal. I can't talk today. Sorry, guys. They are self-adhesive.
Mm-hmm.
They do have a lining inside, so if you're sending something personal, you can't see. The 2 sizes, of course.
Essentially A5 and A6.
Yes.
So you fold it up, yeah.
And so those are in. They are a little pricier than what we used to carry, and I think that's probably why we didn't carry them in the beginning.
The other ones didn't have a lining in it, though.
I don't recall.
We call it they had a lining. So.
But anyway, those are in, and I think the paper may be a tiny bit more fountain pen
It's
friendly.
probably a little bit
Yes.
nicer. I mean, literally just got them in
Yes.
10 minutes ago. What was that?
That is the spotlight beaming down on
I
you.
see that. This week, we're going to talk about Faber-Castell Ambitions.
Great.
I think this is one of the coolest pens, and it's been a staple of Faber-Castell's lineup forever.
Okay.
I think it's a very classy look. I think my favorite here,
The pearwood.
the Pearwood. It's a slender profile, real slender profile, metal cap that does snap onto the end of post.
Yes, I love that.
Steel nib. So it's got that great Faber-Castell steel nib, which got that cool little dot pattern on it. Got a small section, but there's no threads because it's a friction fit cap, and it's really a neat. If you're looking for a pen that's a little more on the slender side, and it's not too slender. I mean, it's not like cross century slender.
No, it's definitely thinner. When you post it, it does make it, even for me, and I only post my pens, it makes it almost too back heavy.
Yeah, it's a little back
I
heavy,
would
yeah.
still post it because
This is
who I am,
quite
but
nice
yeah.
unposted.
That front section, I'm not a huge fan of metal sections, but since it's so
it's
tiny,
not much there.
I don't even hold it there.
Yeah, if you hold it back
Yeah.
a little bit, you're in good shape.
I love that it posts securely with a snap.
It's cartridge converter.
Yes.
Nib unit is threaded actually, so you can unscrew that.
Yes. And these are
Easy to clean.
German, so the nibs do run fatter.
They're very German.
Yes.
And they squeak.
The other thing that is a little different is that you will see in the descriptions that not all of the Ambitions come with a converter. Only some of them.
Okay.
And that is
That is a little weird.
a little weird and it's a little confusing. So definitely make sure that you read the description, or we've added on the converter as an option for you. But not all of the Ambitions do come with a converter.
Okay, cool. So there's a couple different ones. So we've got the
Yes.
Pearwood, which I showed you, which is actually a beautiful, beautiful color. I love that.
Okay.
And being a Faber-Castell product, wood is super cool. This one here, that's the walnut, so it's a little bit
Correct.
lighter, less orange. I've got this one here, which is
The black rhombus.
black rhombus, got a cool pattern on it.
That one is a little glossy in the hand.
It's almost not tacky, but it's
it's not slippery glossy.
it's definitely not slippery.
and
definitely
the markings are
Well,
barely engraved. They certainly do not dig into your
Yeah,
hand.
yeah, very nice.
All right, what else do you have?
I love these op art series. The pattern on the op art. This one is the autumn leaves.
That is one of the newer ones.
Love that.
Yep.
Super cool. Real fine pattern on it.
This one is the op art deep blue.
Deep water.
Deep water. I can never remember.
You nailed these right
I
before
did.
that. She's like, "Do you know which ones these are?" And
Yeah.
down and got them all.
Yep. deep
No,
water.
that's a pretty one. That's a real good looking one.
And then there is also mint green. And the other thing to note is that some of those op art colors and designs are limited runs. And so they come out with like a new one each year.
Yeah,
So
op art is an annual, pretty much an annual thing.
But some of the colors do come and go. So if there's one you like, I would grab it sooner than later, because if you go back 6 months later, they could have discontinued it, but only in those op art. We also have, I think that one was discontinued. They did do some that were 3D printed, which was cool. I'm not sure if they're continuing on with this or not.
That one's super cool. That's really my favorite, because they did 2 of them.
3D printed leaves.
The 3D leaves, and then they had a Croco, which has been discontinued.
Right.
That was a little bit more brown, but
Yes.
really cool to see a kind of a modern printing technique, on a fountain pen by a big manufacturer.
So that's fun.
We've got here
The black resin has been around. That's one of the very original ones. And then just recently, they added the blue, which is gorgeous.
And,
that's my favorite.
Best part about these is they're not expensive. They're not expensive.
They are not.
That's the black resin is really great because it's got kind of a dull, almost a matte finish, but it looks like wood. It's got like little striations in it.
It reminds me of the Lamy 2000, the macro line,
very similar.
Kind of a satiny finish.
So, and then of course they do come in rollerballs. They come in ballpoints, Parker style refill. You just twist the cap end there, kind of cool. And the
is that a rollerball?
The rollerballs use that 888 standard Waterman style refill. So, good selection of those available, and that's that.
What is a guitar player's favorite Italian food? Stromboli.
We had a contest last week, and the question was, what is your favorite go-to fountain pen nib width? What's yours?
Usually medium.
Okay.
Or fat fine.
Really?
Yes.
You have a whole lot of broad nibs, though.
Not that many. I usually lean towards a medium, and you notice if the pens that I got recently that are fines, they're like a Visconti fine, or the DuPont fines are kind of a little bit.
They run a little
fatter.
Okay.
I just like a medium. You can see the ink. You can see what's going on. They have a tendency, by nature of the tipping being larger, they have a tendency to be smoother, and that's we all want a little smooth in our life.
I like a fine nib.
You like a little scratchy in your life?
I like a little scratch in my life. I prefer a fine nib. In a Japanese pen, sometimes, like in sailors, I love medium fine. That is my go-to nib. But in almost everything, I'll go with a fine. So there you go. So let's see what everybody else said. Tiffany McCants says, I am currently loving broad and double broad nibs.
Okay.
Refilling my Pilot Custom 74 almost daily. Well, yeah, you'd have to.
You'd have to. Yeah.
I may have to try this scandalous blue-black ink and the pink from Pelican.
And that's a good point, too. You really want to use ink. And a lot of people who are hoarding these, you see these ink collections that people have.
Use your ink.
50, 100 ink. If you've got a broad or double broad,
you're going to go
really,
through
really give you an option to go through some of that and see the color.
Yes.
Still Nobody. Great name, by the way. As somebody who frequently uses crappy paper, I prefer fine or extra fine nibs. Great episode, guys. I really enjoyed it.
Awesome. Thank you.
So you got to be careful on crappy paper, though, because sometimes using a fine or extra fine is going to be a little bit rougher.
Yes.
It's be harder to write on. It just depends on how crappy the crappy is.
But some of the crappy paper will feather.
Yes.
With broader nib.
That's true. Yes. Yes.
Plan Create Cope says, my favorite nib width so far is a fine. Yes. I find that most mediums are too broad for me, although in a ballpoint or gel, I prefer a 0.7 point. Okay.
Peggy Love. Hello, Peggy. My handwriting is too small for any nib bigger than fine. I have used extra fine exclusively, but now actually like fine nibs as well.
Cool.
Very good. Very good.
Mr. Cat says, I'm going to cheat. Yes. And give 2. My favorite daily stock nib is a Japanese fine. My favorite custom grind, excellent option, is the cursive italic. The best nib I've ever written with is the Sailor King of Pen. That nib is sublime.
Yeah, that's a pretty good nib. And those only come in the stock standard ones only come in medium or broad. Unless you have something really special with a Naginata Togi or something like that. So, Suvan RK says, my nib size preference is fine because of my smaller handwriting style and because I'm left-handed. Valid points, for sure.
Brian Marsh says, go-to nib size. I'm with Brian, whatever is on the pen.
Yeah, that's true, yeah.
But for new pens, I tend to go either fine for daily users and broad for all others. Because I like custom grinds, and broad size nibs allow a lot of room for fancy grinds. I really don't like untipped stubs. So that's an interesting point. That's a big range. Fine or specialty
and
broads.
sometimes pens only come in certain nibs.
Yes.
And I am not going to not buy a pen because it doesn't have the nib I want it. If it's only available.
That's very true. You don't.
If the pen is only available in a medium fine,
you'll take it.
I'll
and you'll
take
figure
it
out
and
how
I'll
to
deal
make
with it and I'll make it work. But I'm not going to forego a beautiful pen because it doesn't have exactly the nib I'm looking for.
And the winner of this week's contest is Clark Freilich, who says, great job, you two. Another super show. I can't wait to see your new store come alive. God, me too. Also, great news on the arrival of Anderillium Inks. My go-to nib size is a medium.
Yeah, finally.
I
we got a medium.
off as an extra fine writer and have slowly moved towards broad, but mediums hit the sweet spot.
Yeah, and when you do that, you have to your handwriting has to get bigger. You can't use the same handwriting you use in an extra fine as you do on a medium or broad. You have to write bigger.
And definitely in reverse.
Yeah, in reverse. Yeah, I mean you could go in reverse. But your loops are going to close, and that's what we look for. You want your loops to be legible.
So, Clark, congratulations. Write to eric@andersonpens.com, and he will get you hooked up with a $20 gift certificate.
Credit to your Anderson Pens
store
account.
credit on your AP account.
First time?
Might be the last time.
It might be the last time. Might be my last time. New contest survey this week. When it comes to notebooks, what is your favorite ruling? Lines, graph,
I know this.
Dot grid, blank, something else. There's a Lamy ruling.
Yes.
There's the Oasis Journal. It's kind of a similar ruling.
French.
French, yeah. What else is there? Anything else? I'm kind of a lined kind of guy.
Me too.
Although I will occasionally, much like pens, like sometimes we have notebooks that we had a tester of, and then the notebook got discontinued. I won't throw them away. It's like ink. I won't throw it away. I will use the notebook until it's gone. And so lately, I've been using this Atoya journal that they no longer make, and it only came in blank. And I'm using it for testing vintage pens. And it kind of drives me nuts because your lines don't go straight. So
it hurts, yeah.
But
I lined all the way. If a notebook doesn't have lined paper, I won't use it.
What about graph? That's lined.
No.
That's lined in both directions.
It's lined, dot, the French rule, all of those. It's too complicated
Oasis?
for
You can't
me.
do the Oasis?
No, it's too many options. It makes me feel like I should be more creative than I am. And so I actually find it to be a little intimidating.
More creative. All right. Well,
go there.
Well, all right.
Line. Give me lines. Show me where to write.
What do you think is going to be the most popular comment?
Dot grid is really popular these days with all the bullet journaling and everything.
I'm going to say graph. Okay. The most common. Please let us know in the comment section below, and one commenter will be chosen at random to win a $20 credit on his or her Anderson Pens account. Excellent. Next week, finally got shipping notification on these. The Penlux Masterpiece Grande Peacock. Finally.
This is a Delgado.
Actually. Yes. I was looking at that and I'm like, that's not right.
Nope. Try that again. The Penlux
Masterpiece Delgado Peacock.
Yes.
Because like all the cool ones lately are Delgados, which is, I think, a brilliant thing.
Yes.
So across space and time, peacocks have captivated us, becoming symbols of royalty and finding their way into ancient mythology. Their iridescent majesty has been captured by artists over centuries and inspired the newest Penlux masterpiece, Delgado Peacock.
A marbling of colors melts across the body of this pen, and they range from warm orange tones to eye-catching turquoise.
That'd be the name of a color.
I can't talk anymore. complemented by the signature Penlux rolling clip, cap ring, and nib with satin gold plating. So it's actually a really nice contrast.
Satin plating. Okay, cool.
Yeah. While these pens are all made with the same color palette, the final appearance of each one is unique. So every one is different, with individual shapes and swirls that distinguish one pen from the next.
And these are fitted with, of course, your standard German UOVO number 6, satin, gold-plated stainless steel nibs, fine, medium, broad, 1.1 stubs, and also available for special order in 14 karat gold flex and standard 18 karat gold fine and medium nibs. Really good-looking pen. All of the latest Delgados that came out are just super
really,
fantastic.
really
So that's coming next week. That'll be here. If you sign up for a back in stock notification, you will get one sent out to you. And if not, sign up now and we'll send one out to you.
Cool.
So anything else? Yeah, we got to get going so you can get packing.
If anybody's in the area, just
with a truck.
Send coffee, send pizza.
Pizza?
Send
Is that what we're
burly
having?
guys who want to help me move. It'll be a few days of
It'll be
effort.
just fine.
It'll be
just
great.
fine. It'll
We
be
are
just
super
fine.
excited about all the extra space and the opportunity to kind of start fresh.
Absolutely.
There we go.
So thanks for joining us. Tune in next time for more talk about pens, ink, and paper.
You can check us out on social media as Anderson Pens. And while you're at it, please like this video and subscribe to our channel.
And the pen in my pocket this week.
Oh, do you have a pen in your
I
pocket?
have a pen in my
Do you?
pocket.
What do you have?
And this is a precursor to remind you. This here is a Schaefer Craftsman Balance in a brown striated material.
It's really pretty.
With the lever filler. And this
What's it to remind people
It's to
of?
remind people of there's going to be a really pretty fantastic, and I say this every month, but this month I
do.
really mean it, a really fantastic vintage mailer that's coming out at the end of the month. I'm just going to do this just to annoy you. Really, really great stuff. Some really super cool European lever fillers. There's some button fillers. There's Italian celluloid. There's some Parker 51s. There's some dual fold juniors. There's some cool Schaefer balances and striated materials. So if you're interested in an affordable, great writing vintage pen, they are going to be out the last Friday of the month, which I believe is the 30th.
I think so, yes.
I believe the 30th is the last Friday of the month. So that's something to look forward to.
There you go. And next weekend, if you are at the St. Louis Pen Show,
Absolutely, yeah.
Stop and say hi to
Stop and say
Brian.
hi. I should be getting there Thursday afternoon
Yes.
through Saturday noonish.
Sunday.
Or Sunday, yeah.
Anne's going to be mad if you
You'll be
leave
mad
on
if I leave.
Saturday.
So Saturday and Sunday,
Yes.
I will be giving a seminar both days. It's an hour and a half seminar on how to buy vintage pens for beginners. So if you know vintage pens, it's probably going to be too advanced for you. But
Not advanced enough.
it'd be if you've never bought a vintage pen before, this is for you.
Yes.
If you've been intimidated by there's a million different pens, what should I buy? Probably the better question, what shouldn't I buy? Because you see that all too often. You go to an antique store, you go to an estate sale, there's a vintage pen. Oh, well, I need to buy it.
Right.
I need to rescue it.
Oh, it's only $10.
It's only $10,
How bad can it be?
and it
Yes.
is bad. So,
But
given
if-
the seminar Saturday and Sunday mornings,
Yes.
check the St. Louis Pen Show schedule, and
And even if you know vintage pens, it doesn't hurt to get a refresher.
so I'll have some examples there of some of the more common things that you're going to find.
The good, the bad, the ugly.
The good, the bad, some ugly. And if you know what I don't like, yes, I will have some of those too. And bring your questions, what have you. But it's an hour and a half, but it's pretty free flowing. You know, there'll be time for question and answer. But
Yes.
Saturday and Sunday, check the schedule. No fee. Just you don't have to sign up. You just got to show up.
Show up.
So there it is. See you
All
then.
right. Thank you.